Alright, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy, the Silver Surfer of the YouTube gaming streets, Wavy Cricket, and I'm back today with episode 2 of the Maverick Hunters podcast. There was a couple things I wanted to talk about. There's a couple things going on in gaming. Gaming is always an interesting thing and fun to talk about, especially right now in the days and times that we living in right now, where they want us to keep us locked up inside of the house. At the moment, from what we went through, I think a lot of good things have happened in gaming. I seen like an article, even though a motherfucker wouldn't need to look at an article to be able to tell that sales are up right now for gaming and stuff, but digital sales is up, and that's a good thing, because all that means is that there's more money to invest, more money into making better and higher quality gaming products or gaming related products, such as video games, which today I'm gonna go ahead and start off, and I'm gonna try to stay on track. I got a bad habit of letting other things take me off track and whatever, like doing this right now. This is getting me off track, but let's go ahead and start with Final Fantasy 7 Remake selling 3.5 milli in 3 days. If you ask me, 3.5 milli, that is a huge number and something to be excited about. And I'm gonna do the math in a little bit about this, but imagine you sold anything, even for as low as $1, or even for as low as a penny, my nigga, and you sold something 3.5 million times. Even if you multiply that by a penny, that's a huge amount of money. But this is being multiplied by 60, and I see a lot of people making fun about it selling only 3.5 milli. There's a couple people, so I'm not gonna zero anybody out, but they're talking about games like it being outsold by games like Animal Crossing, which Animal Crossing is a game that a lot of people bought for their kids, or it's like some cult traction shit with the Switch. Like, it's popular for no reason, and it doesn't deserve to be popular, but you really hyping up, I almost called it Parappa the Rapper, but you really hyping up Animal Crossing over Final Fantasy 7, which again, Animal Crossing is, I wouldn't say a fair comparison, but at least it's another exclusive that is being compared to, because you know, over on the Xbox side, they don't got no exclusives, so they just bring anything up. Well, this game sold this much, but X game was on all 3 platforms that were currently available or whatever. And right now, I don't got the name of these games, because I seen that shit earlier on Twitter. But you know how niggas be bugging on Twitter. On Twitter, you got all type of like psychopaths, man. Niggas used to rep and defend Sony hard body, but now they hardcore mature gamers on the Nintendo Switch, which is really hard to understand when, yo, my nigga, like, the hardest game in fucking the Nintendo Switch is like the most violent one. Well, they got The Witcher, but it's like, come on, my nigga. The Switch is meant for its own thing, and I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I don't really want to calculate what 3.5 times 60 or 3.5 million times 60 is, because a lot of you niggas, if you even sold something for $1, my nigga, and you sold it 3.5 million times, nigga, that's $3.5 million, which already speaks volumes within itself. And then the game Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm gonna say that this is an amazing game. It is quite different from the original Final Fantasy VII, which the original Final Fantasy VII was really a turn-based RPG. This one's more of an action-based one, and it's a lot more linear than Final Fantasy VII, the original. Like, basically you were out of Midgar within like 2 to 4 hours, depending on how you played the game on the original. And in this game, it takes part mostly in Midgar. So I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna implement the second part, and I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be a third part for this game. So this might be a game that we're not gonna see the end of till like 2027 probably is when the last part's gonna come out, or 2028. But the way that they're dropping this game, they can potentially make this game the game of the decade if they fix everything which they need to fix in this game. There's a couple things, and I don't want to get into the nitpicking and stuff of it right now, because that's not what the podcast was about. But it's a couple things to fix here and there, little subtle shit and stuff that next gen consoles, true next gen consoles such as the Sony PlayStation 5 will already be taking care of. A lot of stuff like the loading screens is one thing. Just to throw something good in there that this game has is that it has attention to detail. Anytime that you equip materia on your character or a different weapon, that weapon and that materia will appear different throughout the cutscenes. It will look seamlessly there. It won't look out of place or nothing. Weapons won't revert back to what they originally were, none of that thing. So it's really good, and they really tried. You can tell that they really tried with this game. They did a really good job. Hats off to, I'm not even sure what the company, I know it's not Squaresoft, Square Enix. I'm pretty sure you guys had your hands behind this game. I am not absolutely sure about that, but the niggas that made this game, good job on your part. Like, this game has a lot of things to where, like, at times it's the most beautiful PS4 game that I've ever seen, and at other times it looked like it got Vaseline smeared over it. And it only being an exclusive for a year and going to PC, which is gonna go to in a year, a lot of the modders and stuff are probably gonna fix most of these issues, and this is really a game that's gonna evolve. I don't feel gypped out out of $60, because if you take everything into account, my nigga, there's done been inflation and stuff. Games have been $60 forever. They did a really good job, or so far. I haven't beat the game yet. I'm either in chapter 14 or 15, I believe. But they've done such a good, they did a I don't want to say terrific in a bad way, but terrifically good. They did terrifically good with this game. This game is damn near perfect. And I believe that the console that it's on. The PS4 is like the only thing that's holding this game back from even looking and performing better. Like, oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. But let me go ahead and skip over to the next topic. The next topic being that I need a sip of water real quick. But skating over from Final Fantasy 7R, go get it. I think anybody, especially if you're a fan of RPG games and you haven't gotten this game to play it, like, you're doing yourself a disservice. I don't even think the demo did the game justice, but you got to get your hands on this game. You're basically doing yourself a disservice. And so from that point, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the PS5s, since the PS5 is so exciting to like think about sometimes, and just like, even though like I'm not one of the niggas that watched that shit with Mark Cerny, I ain't even tune in, I ain't know it was happening, but like the PS4 is exciting, my nigga, because that shit's gonna load game faster. Anything that's behind you, the devs can choose to make it disappear in order to keep up to performance. And I think the only thing that next gen really needs is, which again, shout outs to the boy Mark Cerny, we need faster loading times. Like, that's a given. Stuff takes too long to load. We need our games to be more compressed so that they take up less space, which is always better. And we need performance, my G. We need to hit a minimum of 60 frames per second, 1440p across the board. Like, me myself, I'm okay if y'all dip in order to hit 60 down to 1080p, but y'all can't go no lower than that. Y'all really gotta try to get it at least to like 1440, 60, like I said. And y'all gotta try to hit, like, honestly, higher frame rates. And I don't know, man. Like, Sony keep delivering. Like, I haven't lost faith in Sony. Like, this generation, it's ugly with Microsoft, because Microsoft done let a nigga down. Like, bro, as soon as I heard about them doing their reveal for the Xbox One, I knew the Xbox was down the toilet, my nigga, because they really tried some shit. They really tried to scheme with the Xbox, like, yo, my nigga, you can't lend your boy the game. Each game is gonna be its own license, and you gotta activate the license. So it was basically gonna be how PC is nowadays. But it's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate because the worse Xbox does, the less Sony has to do. And luckily Sony's doing what it has to do, and like, they got people like Mark Cerny at Sony, like true gamers, that they more or less, like, I can say I got hope in these niggas, cause they haven't let this shit go to trash. But please, Sony, never give up making good quality standard consoles, gaming consoles, and evolving it. Like, it sounds like the PS5 is gonna be the evolution that we should have gotten, but we couldn't have gotten by this point. Keep evolving gaming and keep making the games themselves evolve. And the consoles and the games, they go hand in hand. Like I said, I think the PS4 is holding this game back, and this game is really quite enjoyable. And I could say that I don't notice no frame dips. Like, it's smooth. I heard it has the motion blur on or some of that shit, and it's really smooth. Like, I can only imagine on PC where you're gonna be able to have everything just look good at all time, and 60 frames or faster FPSs. But yeah, like I said, they really, Sony and the PS5, they really evolving gamers, man, or gaming. They taking the next step in the evolution of gaming. The Xbox and Microsoft and Killer Phil Spencer, they not doing shit for the Xbox. They not doing shit for gaming at all, man. They're making gaming worse and worse. They're doing the minimum of the minimums. Like, really, I think the direction that those niggas want to go in, cause they see that a motherfucker would pay to like make time go by faster on a mobile game. They trying to go to that mobile market, and they're trying to turn our already gaming market. Like, if they could get away with it and nobody would say nothing, if everybody was an Xbox, because they already got these people that fight for the rights of a company that doesn't give a shit about them, that wouldn't give them a free week of live once their 10-year membership of live ran out. This is the type of people that you're dealing with at Microsoft. Don Matrick was the last hope for Xbox and for the Xbox side of gaming. You can only evolve so much if the competition is dead. Do you feel what I say? If the Xbox dies and Xbox disappears, or Xbox becomes some type of digital software where you could play games, like you launch that shit, Sony will follow suit. But I hope Sony never has to do nothing like that. At least they got the Nintendo Switch as competition, and that ain't even really competition, like, for real. It's like two whole separate markets. They not even contending with each other. And when like the Switch gets the good games like The Witcher, it gets like the poorest of poor versions, like that you gotta be crazy to play that shit. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a revision of the Switch sometime in like probably 2 to 3 years. They're probably gonna make that shit minimum 1080p 60 frames. That's what they need to do on that shit too. Like, it's minimal standards that these people have to follow that should have been the standard probably 3 years ago or some shit. But at least it's better late than never. That's what I was looking for. The words I was looking for. But they also saying that the PS5 is gonna be limited in stock, which is a given. More people are gonna want to buy it than what they can produce, especially since we going through this whole COVID shit right now, man. This shit is crazy. Motherfucking governors from, I believe, Texas and shit is saying there's more important things than living. There's more important things than living, my nigga. Like what? What could be more important than being alive? You tell me. It's all right. I'll wait. But let's get off of that shit. And but yeah, there's gonna be limited supplies already because of this shit. This shit has stopped production, and the consoles aren't in production. And honestly, I think the later that they come out, the better. they might be able to change certain parts in the consoles to make them better. That early adopters would have had to deal with certain types of issues, like your PS5 burning from the outside because you were stupid enough to take a lighter to it to take a picture for some clout and stuff like that. But they'll revise it and it'll come good and it'll come out better. And I wasn't gonna be a day one adopter anyways. I'm probably gonna at least wait till the PS5 is on the market for like 6 months just to hear about it first, because I don't want to be, and I never been looking forward to be an early adopter of anything for real. So but the PS5 is exciting, man. Like I said, man, I can't really find no more words to describe the PS5 than it's taking the next step in the evolution of gaming, and I'm grateful for the PS5. And I just wish that fucking the Xbox and Microsoft and all of them niggas will get they shit together, but they won't. And they won't because they rabid fan base support anything and everything harmful that they do. Like selling you a bunch of games or letting you rent a bunch of games for $1, which already shows the value that Microsoft themselves has in their platform. Like, they really have no value for it. But I could go on about that like all day and all night. Speaking of the Xbox, man, the Xbox One X is, I'm not sure whether it's a rumor or it's real, but it's sounding to be like it's real. But the Xbox One X is being discontinued, which I've never heard if they discontinued the original Xbox, which I'm pretty sure the original Xbox One got discontinued, but I'm not sure whether they're discontinuing the S and all that shit. They do need to discontinue all of that. I'm not even sure why they put out so much hardware. Like, with all the money they spent on hardware and developing hardware and doing revisions to their consoles, they could have put out 2 or 3 good games, but it's just like they don't have somebody there to see the vision. Like, they don't have nobody there to challenge the vision at Xbox or none of that shit, man. So what they got, Killer Phil Spencer, and they call him Killer Phil because he's been killing the Xbox little by little. Like, just imagine if Don Matrick was the nigga that bitch slapped. He bitch slapped journalists asking about, so what about if you don't got one? They try to come with these shady policies. Don Matrick wasn't trying to hit him. He just straight up bitch slapped the journalist and said, if you want to play your old games, buy an Xbox 360, nigga. Like, that's the wave. And that's what's crazy too, because a lot of people are complaining about not being able to play old games. And it's almost like you can't understand it if you're a logical minded person, because you're like, if you're buying a new console, right? You're buying a new console to play new games, to see, like, it's always been like that. Even from the past generation, you've always done it to see the next step that they take in gaming. And I feel like the past 2 gens, motherfuckers just have learned how to cut corners and make shit look good, but not really animate stuff in games. Just keep the camera out and stuff, since the games are in 3D and all of that. They just learned how to cut a bunch of corners and stuff. But the next generation is gonna be the shit, man. And they allegedly discontinuing those Xboxes, right? So there's also this whole Lockhart, this Xbox Lockhart rumor, which I'm not even sure. Like, you can't even be sure what to believe in these gaming streets no more, because they talk about anything and everything. Take this shit with a grain of salt, but I've been hearing in the gaming streets, man, of YouTube, that the Xbox Lockhart will allegedly have 4 teraflops, which to me sounds like it's weaker than the Xbox One X that they're gonna discontinue, which, don't quote me on this, but I think it's 6 teraflops that it has. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna optimize the console more, so it's gonna run good. Because if you ask me, I don't even know what the hell a teraflop is. A teraflop is nothing. From what I've gathered, a teraflop is computational power, which really what it would do is calculate probabilities and stuff, and I guess it would just guess the next frame of what would happen in your game, and it would just show you based on what you're putting. So basically all teraflops is gameplay, but it does not equate to graphics or none of that shit. So that, just having the more teraflops, man, it's not about having the best engine, it's about having the best optimized like car in general. Because you can have the fastest engine on a stock car with bummy ass everything else, or you can have a car with a decent engine, let's say a cut above decent, a good engine, and everything else that it needs be decent as well, and it's gonna perform better than the competition. It's not just, it's like the human body, my nigga. It's not just one part to you, it's a bunch of components or organs working together, and a nervous system and all of that. You just gotta optimize everything to run together efficiently. And that's why I keep saying, man, that's why I keep saying that Sony is evolving, taking the next steps. I'm excited about the PS5 and next generation. I can't say I was this excited about this gen. And this gen was a letdown, to be honest. And even like at the start of it, I wasn't excited because the last generation lasted like forever. That shit felt like it lasted 15 years or some shit, nigga. It was probably around like 10 years or some shit for real, But yeah, man, these motherfuckers, the developers, I want to say they need to step their game up too, and I don't know if they need to hire writers or visionaries or some shit, cause like, hell, my nigga, even I got good ideas like for video games and shit, but they just need to, one, make games fun, and two, like, make some next level shit. Don't make quality shit and then make your shit stand out from the rest, from the pack. That's what good games do. They find a way to stand out from the rest of the pack. So yeah, man, I don't know, y'all tell me how y'all feel about everything that I've said so far, and let me know about the precious Xbox Lockhart having less teraflops than the already more powerful, well, I guess the most powerful console. It's crazy because the most powerful console is gonna launch, or the self-proclaimed most powerful console is gonna launch, and its mini version, which is a rumor as well, is gonna be weaker than what's out right now. But I wanted to also touch on like what I thought, because the whole reason that the Lockhart is a thing is basically because supposedly price. And speaking of prices, I done heard a couple motherfuckers say a couple prices that they've thought about. As far as the PlayStation goes, for everything that they're going for, and for the architecture to be there and work well, like I've said before, I do not mind paying $500 if that console is gonna be worth $500. I'm not saying put $500 worth of parts in there. I don't mind if y'all making like $50 to $100 off of me buying the console, but y'all actually got like $350 to like $450 worth of good components for today's day and age, which I'm sure you guys can do and know well way more about this than me. Have the quality be there. You guys haven't lost your quality, unlike certain other companies. And yeah, I'm talking about you, Microsoft and Killer Phil Spencer. But just keep pushing forward, man. Like, we need you. And Nintendo, step up a little bit, man. Like, y'all the OGs of this shit, man. Y'all the true pioneers of this shit. Y'all saw the vision when nobody else, when everybody else's third eye was closed. Like, Nintendo's third eye been open, my nigga. So give us something other than fucking Mario, my nigga. And Luigi. Y'all could keep Luigi too, my nigga. Make a decent console. Cause we going towards the future. We in a whole different decade, my nigga. Like, it's different times, bruh. It's different times. Xbox done grew older. Everybody's growing older and shit. Technology is evolving rapidly. This supposed to be, the next 10 years supposed to be like the fastest leaps in technology that we're ever gonna see. I heard or read, or I like whatever I saw, and in the next couple 100 years. So a lot of shit's gonna be different, and it's exciting for real. You gotta be excited about this shit. Especially gaming, man. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen though. The Xbox is gonna leave us down, my G. Like, I wouldn't have hope in it. Like I said, the Xbox is probably gonna be something that got shitty parts in it, and they're gonna try to really upsell you on it. And then I don't really think it's gonna be optimized, because these niggas don't really care, and they just put a whole bunch of, they even put mobile games on the Xbox and shit now. So it's just crazy. I just want gaming to continue evolving, man, for real. Like, that's what's important for me, and I'm pretty sure people, like-minded people, and I'm pretty sure dislike-minded people understand what I'm talking about too. But yeah, man, if you have not picked Final Fantasy up and you are a fan of JRPGs or RPGs, or if you even a fan of gaming in general, yo, my nigga, this is a game I think everybody should experience and at least try to learn how to play. The game is hella good. The game is not the same. Like, I could say this, like, now, definitely, I could definitely now say this is not the same game that it used to be. And it's more like cinematic, I'm gonna say, because there's hella more cutscenes, I feel like. And you're gonna be in for a good story. Like, I haven't even seen everything yet. I'm excited to finish this game. I wish I had more time to... I wish I had 24/7 to spend on it. I would have, like, beat it by now, but I'm probably gonna beat it within the week or something. Just got a lot of things to do. But I think this is where I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a wrap. Yo, if you tuned in this far, if you still listening, go ahead and leave that like, my nigga. Cause if you've been here since like however long we've been here, hit the like button. Definitely subscribe. Let me know what you agree with in the comment section, what you disagree with. We can definitely continue this conversation down there. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all out. Like I said, thank you for being here and listening to another nigga over the internet's opinion on gaming. And not just another nigga, a smart nigga over the internet. Cause it's too many dumb motherfuckers out here in these gaming streets.